about the volume of noise inside your head on any given Tuesday. The looping anxieties about work, the sudden playback of an awkward conversation from 5 years ago, the endless mental checklists. It is exhausting. The daily human mind feels chaotic, fragile, and confined to the tiny space behind your eyes. The Taittiriya Upanishad offers a different definition. Mana Brahma. The mind is the universe. On the surface, the claim seems impossible. How could this restless, shifting stream of personal memories and daily stress be the structural foundation of galaxies, black holes, and the physical cosmos? The text explores this through the seeker Brigu, who began his search by analyzing the most obvious parts of reality. He looked at food and physical matter, then at the breath that animates the body. But he noticed that matter and energy were only the outer layers. They were reactive, moving only when directed by something deeper. By observing how his own desires drove his breath and his body, Brigu realized that what we usually call the mind is actually the Manomaya Kosha, a psychological sheath. This gross mind is a container for sensory data, a surface-level interface that we mistake for the whole of reality. To map the architecture of the universe, Brigu realized he had to look past this interface and peel back the psychological layers of his own perception. To see exactly how this deep mechanism works, picture yourself walking alone through a dense, pitch-black forest. Suddenly, you hear the sharp crack of a twig close behind you. Instantly, your heart rate spikes, your breathing quickens, and adrenaline hits your bloodstream. Look closely at the gap between the event and your reaction. The objective reality was a neutral, minor sound wave. Everything else, the immediate threat, the lurking predator, the terror, was manufactured. The mind took a simple piece of data and projected a life or death narrative onto it. The Taittiriya Upanishad identifies this as the function of the Manomaya Kosha, the active blueprint of experience. When raw sensory data passes through the rings of this mental sheath, it is instantly translated, colored, and multiplied. This translation engine runs on internal desires and vibrations. It takes a neutral signal, assigns it meaning, and projects it outward until it feels like an undeniable physical truth. What we experience as an external physical world is the result of this real-time psychological projection. The Upanishad describes the mind as a mirror. In its original purpose, it reflects a unified cosmic consciousness. In its purest state, it sits smooth and stable. Daily anxieties and unending this cause this internal mirror to shake. This vibration splinters the reflection, generating Dvaita, or duality. The mind perceives a definitive division between me and the outside world. The mechanism that fractures our perception is also the only instrument we possess to repair it. As long as the internal mirror remains in this state of agitation, the truth of the universe is lost in the distortion. To perceive reality accurately, the shaking of that mental mirror must be stilled. This requires shifting into the state of the Sakshi, or the witness. Instead of being swept up in the current of every passing thought, you become an unmoving point of observation, watching the mental waves rise and fall without reacting to them. By stabilizing the breath and detaching from immediate desires, you put distance between your awareness and the noise. When you stop reacting to the thoughts, the waves lose their momentum. The continuous generation of anxiety slows down, eventually dropping into a profound internal silence. In this stillness, the mind no longer projects a fractured, isolated self. It mirrors Brahman, the ultimate unified reality. With the mirror still, the distinction between the viewer and the viewed dissolves. Yata pinde tata brahmande, as within, so without. By dropping the identification with the passing waves, the individual realizes they have always been the ocean.